Welcome to the Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson. I'm an anxiety coach who helps people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally. On today's episode, what I want to discuss is about how medication isn't the solution in healing our anxiety. And I wanted to talk about this because this is something that personally affected my family, of what we experienced with my brother, which whenever he was 17 years old, my grandfather passed away, and my brother was very attached to my grandfather, and he took it to heart. He really, he had a very hard time dealing with it, and he started to ask a lot of questions about death, how it works and everything, and he fell into depression. And we didn't know about this or anything like that in the family. We didn't understand what was going on with him, why he was feeling this, or why he was feeling, he was afraid of things, and he had anxiety. And my parents just didn't understand what was going on with him. So they took him to his doctor. And the doctor said, it's like, you should give him medication because it seems like he's depressed and he has anxiety. So give him medication. You'll feel much better. It's like a Tylenol, he said. You give a Tylenol for a headache and it helps. Same thing with this. And my parents didn't know then. They didn't know what it was. They didn't understand it because nobody in the family ever experienced something like this. And nobody in the family ever took meds before. So we didn't know how it actually would affect or how it would be. So we just my parents took the doctor's advice and they took him to a psychiatrist and they started off with meds. And these meds that he took really affected him in a very negative way. It made him violent. It made him more depressed, more anxious, and he was having a lot of intrusive thoughts, which he never did before. And the meds were having a bad reaction. And until they found the right meds to balance him out, as they say, he went through a very hard ordeal, and even the family had to go through such hardship in order for what he went through. It wasn't an easy thing to experience that and to see what he was going through. It wasn't an easy thing. In my mind, I remember I was 12 years old, seeing him the way he was acting, and it wasn't him, it was the medication, and it was very hurtful to see that. Because my brother had to go through that, and even my family, my parents, they had to go through that because of, we weren't aware, we didn't know. And it wasn't like some people back in the day in 2004, a lot of people didn't take medication. Now it's the norm. And I'm not trying to tell people, I'm not trying to say that people that take medication is a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying over here. All I want to make is awareness that medication isn't the solution, because a lot of people say I'm just going to take meds and that's going to be the solution. And they might say, okay, you know what, Emmanuel, you might say that meds aren't the solution. What do you think, natural remedies are the solution? No, I don't think it's the solution, but it's much better than taking meds because of all the side effects and the withdrawals. But I think it's a crutch. It is a crutch in order for us to overcome and heal our anxiety, because from what I saw, and not even my brother and other people that I know that took medication, it was a very bad reaction. And I said to myself, why in the world would they make these kind of meds that have such a bad reaction, where the side effects, some of them may increase anxiety or may increase more depression or suicidal thoughts? Why in the world would they make something like this? And not even to mention the withdrawals. The withdrawals is brutal. Just to take off the medication is it's, if you read the withdrawals, it's just whoa, it's what in the world is this? What kind of drug is this? With the natural remedy, that's why I'm a very big believer in the natural remedy, because the natural remedy, what it is there's no side effects, there's no withdrawals, you can stop whenever you want, take it whenever you want, and it will help you to overcome and heal your anxiety. Just because you take the meds, and I know a lot of people that take meds, it hasn't helped them with their anxiety. Now, I don't want to take your hope away, because I remember whenever I was going through an anxiety disorder, I remember I came to a point where I was so hopeless. I'm like, maybe the meds is the solution. Maybe that's the only hope that I have. I'm not getting better. Maybe this is going to help me to overcome this. And maybe it's going to balance me out. That's what I said. But I remember my brother, he called me. He's like, Emmanuel, please don't take the meds. You saw what happened to me twice. You saw what happened to me twice, how it affected me. Don't do this. Trust me, it's much easier. He told me from his own experience that it's much easier for you to do it naturally than taking the medication. I know you want it. I know how hard it is. And we didn't know what he was dealing with back in the day. We didn't know that it was depression and anxiety. We didn't know that. We had absolutely no idea. But he told me, he's like, Emmanuel, it's better to deal with whatever you're going through right now than actually taking the medication. He's like, trust me. He's like, please push it off. And thankfully, I did listen to him. Thankfully, because today he is still taking the medication in order to help him with his depression and anxiety, because it's so hard for him to come off it. And we're trying our best for 17 years to try to deal with the medication and for him to overcome it and to reduce his medication so he no longer needs it anymore. But the withdrawals are so hard sometimes he can't handle it. And we're trying to take it step by step, little by little, working with professionals just to take it off. On the other hand, when you take the natural remedy, you can just stop whenever you like. It doesn't affect in any way. So that's why I'm a big believer in natural remedies more than the medication. Of course, we need a crutch, and there's nothing wrong. And there's nothing wrong if you are taking medication. Listen, if it does help, then great. That's good for you. I'm not trying to tell you that you should change or anything like that. No, I'm just trying to make you aware that, hey, medication isn't the solution over here. Natural remedies are not the solution, but I do believe that natural remedies are a better crutch. They are a better crutch than I think meds because they don't have those kind of types of side effects. And that's a big thing. Because we're dealing with enough. We are dealing with enough emotional problems right now and the mental issues that we're going through right now. We don't need something additional on to that. And I know a lot of people are scared. They tell me, they send me messages. Hey, Emmanuel, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of taking medication because of the side effects or the withdrawals. And I understand them. And it's a valid concern over there. That's why I always recommend take the natural route. Take the natural route. And I'm a big believer in CBD. I'm a huge believer in CBD because there's so many benefits that you can get from it that it actually does help with anxiety and depression. And again, I don't believe it's the solution. I believe it's a crutch so that we can develop ourselves and give us that emotional stability and the emotional support that we actually need right now and the mental support that we actually need so in order for us to be able to handle it so that we can overcome and work with our minds to overcome it because we need that sometimes. But with my brother, thankfully, he was taking a lot of medication once upon a time. He used to take up to 6 tablets of Klonopin. I don't know how much milligram that was, but I know he was pretty heavily sedated. And thankfully, there was a psychiatrist, which is 1 in a million, I think, who literally helped us out in reducing majority of his medicines. And today he only takes about 3 or 2. I don't know exactly how much he takes, but around there. But beforehand, he would take a lot more. And thankfully, we were able to find that. But still, at the end of the day, it was such a difficult ordeal to deal with because enough was dealing with the depression and anxiety, which we didn't understand what was going on with him. We had no idea. But regardless of whatever the fact was, is that it was better to take the natural route, and that's what I did. I took more the natural route, and it helped me more. And I tried natural remedies, and a lot of them didn't help me. And I wish back then there was CBD. I take CBD today. I even take it today because just for my sleep. Even my wife takes it for her sleep, and it's amazing what it does. The amount of energy when I wake up in the morning is amazing, and I never felt before. I actually wake up refreshed, and I haven't felt like that in a very long time. Because especially when you have 2 kids and you have a lot going on in the family and everything, you can't sleep well. But this thing helps me out, and it also helps whenever I feel overwhelmed or stressed. I do take it to help me to okay, you know what? This is too much happening right now with the kids and the family and the work and everything and dealing with a lot of things. Sometimes I need that break. And it's not even me. The people that I deal with, I give them the CBD and it helps them so much. So there's a lot of benefits with it. And you don't need prescription medication in order for you to calm down your anxiety. If you guys don't mind, I want to take the next few minutes to offer you guys something that's going to help you to calm down your anxiety. And I'm going to share with you 3 secrets today that's going to revolutionize the way you calm down your anxiety. So what is the secret? The secret is it's called Calmly CBD. It is specifically designed to help calm down your anxiety and to stop experience your anxiety symptoms. So I'm going to share with you 3 secrets about Calmly and how you can start noticing your anxiety decreasing and how you will feel calmer and have more energy. And I know what you're probably thinking, that you may have been using a natural remedy already or that you have tried CBD in the past and it hasn't helped. But again, I'm going to show you a great way that you can benefit from Calmly and get amazing results. So the first secret is Calmly activates your CB1 receptors located in your brain. The big idea here is that whenever these receptors are blocked, they can increase your anxiety and can even trigger an attack. So whenever these things are blocked, you may experience more anxiety. So what we want to do is unblock the CB1 receptors, and that's what Calmly CBD helps with. And that's why a lot of us, we tried CBD before. A lot of CBD companies, from the research that I've done, and this is one of the reasons why I created the CBD, is because a lot of companies, a lot of people out there, they're not selling the potency level is very low or none, that you don't get the nutrients. And I wanted to find a specific person that will actually provide the potency and the nutrients that you need in order to calm down your anxiety. The second secret is Calmly CBD has no side effects. It's not addictive and it has no withdrawals. Like I said before, this is why I'm a big fan of meds. This is why I went through the CBD route and why it actually is very beneficial. The main thing to understand here is that you can use it as much as you want, whenever you want, without needing to worry about side effects like increase of anxiety. That's like the major one. And you can stop using it without experiencing any withdrawals. This means it will help you with calming down your anxiety and heal your anxiety the natural way. And I know a lot of people have tried different natural remedies, and this is the reason why I picked CBD, is because a lot of natural remedies, they don't provide the nutrients that we actually need, that our mind needs in order for us to heal ourselves. Like, for example, unblocking the CB1 receptors. That's just one example. The third secret is Calmly helps to shut off your fight and fight mode, aka your anxiety. This will help you to feel less anxious, because the reason why we're feeling anxious is because our fight and fight mode is active, and what we need to shut it off, and we need to calm ourselves down. That helps us to shut off the fight and fight mode. This is key because right now you are paralyzed. You can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You're always thinking about your anxiety. You're always thinking about what's going to happen if I go over here, or if I do this, or what's going to happen today. We don't know. So we get very anxious. So what this does is that it helps us to calm down, which helps us to shut off our fight and fight mode, which helps us not to feel anxious. So that way we can actually enjoy the day. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, that it's a psychedelic or that's going to make me feel drowsy. Well, the thing is that with CBDs that make that psychedelic feeling has a very high THC content. And with Calmly CBD, I specifically made it with little to none THC in there, so you do not experience the psychedelic feeling. And I would never provide this to anybody, including myself. I wouldn't take it if this was going to increase somebody's anxiety and if it had a high THC content. Because the number one reason why I have an anxiety disorder, not the trigger, is because I used to smoke a lot of weed and it was laced one time, so it kind of triggered my anxiety. So this is why I specifically made it with no THC content, even little to none, so that you guys don't experience that psychedelic feeling, because I know it can make you feel anxious. And for me already, for over 12 years, I haven't smoked any weed because of that. And I don't want to ever go back, and it's not even worth it. And I understand that you might think that it might make you feel drowsy. Well, the thing is that it doesn't make you feel drowsy like taking NyQuil or taking any medication that makes you feel drowsy. It makes you calm. It helps you to be in a calm state of mind so that you were able to operate. It's two different types of feelings. And this is why I developed this CBD, in order for you guys to help you to calm down your anxiety the natural way. Because I'm a big believer in dealing with anxiety naturally. And I don't believe it's the solution, but I do believe it's a crutch that's going to help us, because I do believe the solution is building our mindset. But we do need help in order to get there so that we could actually feel calmer. And also, this took me about over a year to develop, to find the right farmer, to develop it, and make sure that everything was accordingly to help people to calm down anxiety. And so what this is going to do is going to provide you with all the benefits in calming down your anxiety naturally. That's the key, naturally. And I, as an anxiety coach who has helped countless people to overcome anxiety, what my mission in life is, and I always say this in the end of the episode, what my mission in life is to help people as much as possible to heal and overcome their anxiety naturally. That is my purpose. So to order this CBD, all you need to do is click on the link below. It's in the description. You can click on it. It says Calmly CBD. Click on it and place your order today. And right now it's buy one, get one free, and also plus free shipping. The only thing is that this is only available for people in the US because of legal issues. I can't ship it out of the US. So it's only people in the US. You can take advantage of this sale right now. I don't know how much longer this actually would last, this sale, because honestly, my inventory is flying off the shelves. But take advantage of it right now and click the link below. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and leave a 5-star review. The reason why I ask is because this way we're able to reach more people. And the more people that we can actually reach, the more people that we can actually help. Because my mission In this world, my purpose is to help people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally and show them that it's possible to overcome. Thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.